Hey there, everybody. My name is Kat Bowser. I'm your resident fantasy therapist. Welcome back to my channel. Those of you here for the first time, welcome. My name is Kat Bowser. I'm a licensed therapist. I'm also a writer working on my first two novels, one a standalone, one the start of a series. And on my channel, I like to focus on the psychology behind world building, writing, characters, because to me, that's what makes a character interesting. Without psychology, I usually find the worlds and characters fall a wee bit flat for me. So today I wanted to discuss a little more world building. I gave you guys one of my world building tips in one of my last videos, and this one is similar because this is what I also consider a world building tip. And that is, let's not forget the factions within a population. So what exactly do I mean by that? Well, let me give you guys an example. Within my current work in progress, there are multiple religions. One of those religions is the belief of the mother, which is essentially a belief that there are two gods, a male and a female, and the female is dominant, is more powerful. And this is a very popular religion within the Natusa, especially in the cities. However, there are different factions within this religion. There is a section of folks called the Honorables who believe that you should never challenge your earthly mother, regardless of what she says or does. There is another faction who believe that it is their duty to challenge the mother because that is how she gains wisdom, and through her, other people gain wisdom. So I'm essentially talking about denominations here. There's different denominations of my religions. Are you going to see all of them? No, probably not. At least not within the first couple of books. This work in progress is a series, so you may see them further down the line, but you will see bits and pieces of them. You will see characters that claim to have the same religion, but may wear different things or have different beliefs on what they can eat or things like that. And I think this is really important because it's very easy to lump a group into one big mass and say, okay, they're all like this. Not true. Not true at all. And that's actually one of my pet peeves when it comes to a lot of world building, is that a lot of times one group is just presented as, okay, they're all like this. And you might think this isn't important when it's just background characters. However, I have always disagreed with that sentiment because while the background may not be the most important thing in your story, I look at it as I would look at a painting. There is a focal point that my eyes are automatically drawn to. But if the background isn't complete or it's missing pieces, my eyes get drawn to that and it distracts from what I'm supposed to be focused on. So in my mind, that's why I feel background characters, and by extension, what traits make up your background characters, are so important because they make the world feel real, and if they're done correctly, they help to focus your attention on where they need to be, on where it needs to be on your main characters. So how can we make sure that our background characters are varied but are not so in depth that we lose ourselves in them? Well, what I like to do is I like to take a look at the people that I hang out with, and the first thing I do is I write down what are the things we have in common, what are the things that I would group us as, like, do we like the same fandom? Are we the same religion? Are we from the same region? Do we speak the same language? Whatever. And once I have established, okay, here are these commonalities, what's different between those commonalities? So for example, someone that speaks the same language, me and my husband both speak English. I have a lot of slang he does not have because I was raised in the American South. My husband has a lot of body language that I don't have because his mother is from Latvia. And so there's different emphasis on different types of body language. So that is a difference within a commonality. And those are things I start to apply to background characters within my world. because, like I said, I feel it just makes it more realistic, and I think it keeps your viewer from getting distracted. Because for me, if there is a group of people and I am basically told they're all the same, that is very distracting to me. Example from one of my fandoms. I like Dragon Ball Z. The Saiyans are presented as this warlike, ruthless, heartless race, essentially. Even as a kid, I did not buy it. Never bought it. Said no. There's no way this entire race acts like this. And a few years ago, they released a manga chapter, Dragon Ball Minus, which a lot of fans do not like. I personally really like it because it introduces Saiyan characters that are not fighters. It introduces Saiyan characters that have what they call gentleness to them. And to me, that is what was needed to kind of flesh out this society, to make it feel less cookie cutter. Because cookie cutter in a story, in my mind, is not good. For me, the only time you should have cookie cutter within your society is if you put it there on purpose. And usually that is done for contrast. So this is something you see a lot in like sci-fi, you know, the alien race that acts all like this or acts all like that, and looks all like this, looks all like that. And it's usually done for simplicity's sake or to send a message. Now, if you're doing this purposely to send a message, I think that's entirely different. But if you're trying to create a world that feels real and feels lived in, I think taking the time to add slightly different traits within a population can add so much flavor to your world. Whether it's groups that belong to a certain ethnicity, whether it's religion, whether it's, you know, what region they originally came from, you know, pick your different factions. You can have fun with it. But I think it's just important to have it. And so that's just my little world building tip for today, is develop factions within your population. Make them feel different, unique, like real people. You don't necessarily have to go completely in depth in their history, but they should have one. So thank you guys for chiming in for my video. This one's kind of short, but I think I just wanted to get direct and to the point. So I hope you guys found it interesting. I'd love to hear your comments, suggestions below. As always, if you like this kind of content, let me know, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss when I upload. I upload twice a week, once at the beginning of the week, once at the end of the week. And I'm always open to suggestions. So if there's any topic on either writing or psychology or anything you want me to tackle, let me know, and I'd be glad to. So until I see you guys next time, stay safe and have a good one.